Hi guys! So I kind of already did a video about brushes from Coastal Scents, but I've been corresponding with a YouTube friend of mine and she had some really specific questions about the blending brushes, so we were just like typing so much out and I just decided I'm just going to do a video so not only she can get the information but everyone else can get the information too, because obviously those questions weren't fully answered in my first video. So on that note, the first two brushes that I'm going to compare are two brushes that happen to be out of stock right now at Coastal Scents, and you know, don't let the fact that they're out of stock trick you into thinking that they're these amazing brushes, because I don't love them. So these brushes are very, very similar. If you can see, very, very similar. I'll put them right beside each other. So they're the same height right here. So this brush is just a little bit longer, but if you compare them right here, right at this width, or length, sorry, they're the exact same. It's just that this brush is just a little tiny bit longer. Very, very similar in the angles of the brush. As far as density-wise goes, I would say that, just to point out, this is the Sable blending brush, and then this is the limited edition one. So the Sable is a little bit more firm, slightly more firm, and it's slightly shorter and a little bit skinnier. But honestly, you do not need to buy both of these brushes. These brushes are mostly for once your color has already been placed, especially lighter colors. I like to use these for lighter colors. They're very, very soft. They are not dense at all, and they are very good for blending softly, very, very softly, but they're not going to, they're not as good for blending out darker colors. So these are just nice, light, you know, everyday blending brushes once a color has already been placed. But I honestly, you don't need both. You really only need one, and if I was going to recommend one, they're so similar, it doesn't even really matter. You can either get the Sable or the limited edition. They're pretty much the same, so if one's out of stock, it doesn't matter. And they're not that great. I don't love them. So some of the questions that this YouTube friend of mine was asking was, she wanted a brush that was fairly dense, could place color, but could also blend color out very nicely, and also a brush that would be more for darker colors. So I would have to recommend this brush to her, which is so this is the black blending brush right here. And I'll just compare it to this is the limited edition brush, so I'll just compare them. This is a little bit bigger in length, and it's also fairly bigger in the actual size of the brush. However, I love this brush. It is a little bit bigger, but it's not like insanely big. If you are Asian, or if you have a smaller eye or a smaller eye space to work with, I might not recommend this. But if you have a larger eye space, or I mean, I'm almost 5'10", so like I kind of am like larger all around, so I love this brush. And I'll just put it up to my face so you can see. You know, I don't want to screw up my makeup, but if you can just see, it goes in really nicely right in the edge right here, and it's really rounded nicely, so you put this the tip right in the crease, and then how it's rounded, it just really blends out the edge colors. So I love this brush. I think it's fairly firm. It's pretty darn firm, and it's just an overall great brush. This is the first blending brush I got from Coastal Scents, and I really like it. It picks up color great. It blends color out really well. It is a little bit bigger, as I just said, but if you want to place the color with a smaller brush and blend with this, it's great. It's great for blending, really, really blending together darker colors. And if for the YouTube friend, she knows who she is, this is the brush I would recommend to you, the black blending brush. And she was a little hesitant about it because she heard that it was a little bit too big. But as I said, you know, if you have a larger eye space to work with, or even a medium eye space to work with, I would highly recommend this brush. I also love it for going like this and putting on a highlight, like a shimmery highlight on just the highest part of my cheek. Okay, so this is the Italian Badger blender, and it's similar to the original limited edition or Sable brush. Here they are right beside each other. This one's a little bit shorter, a little bit smaller. I do like this brush. I got this brush because it was supposed to be similar to a MAC brush, I forget which one, but it's a little bit skinnier and rounded at the end. It's not as dense as I thought, and I don't use it as much as I thought, but because I just find it to be a little bit too like long and skinny. But it's a popular MAC brush, so maybe I just, haven't figured out how to use it quite rightly yet, because it seems to be popular with other people. This is the Tapered Crease brush, which is supposed to be like another MAC brush, but I forget which one. So the Sable and the Tapered Crease, here they are beside each other. Out of the two of them, I love the Tapered Crease brush. This brush is awesome. It's a little bit shorter. It doesn't really look like how it looks on the picture on Coastal Scents. It looks a lot more like they have it kind of like on this angle, and it looks like it's perfectly unison, and like here, I'll show you. This is how it looks on Coastal Scents. And like when you compare it, it's not really the same. Like it's a little bit more rounded than how it's shown on Coastal Scents. But all in all, don't let that discourage you. I love this brush. It's perfect for like the inner crease. I place color with it every single day. This brush is awesome. It's fairly dense and it's pretty short, so it's perfect for placing the color, and I just love this brush. So if you're gonna buy two brushes, you need to get the Tapered Crease brush and the black blending brush. They're different sizes. One's a lot smaller than the other. This one is great for placing color, and this one is amazing for blending color out. So out of all the brushes, I love these two for blending, and this is the one I recommend to the friend of mine. And then overall, if you're looking for a couple blending brushes to start you out on Coastal Scents, get these. They are awesome. So I love these two brushes. I use them both pretty much every single day, and I would highly recommend them. So Coastal Scents, super cheap, super good quality. I love it. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this helped and answered a few more questions than my other videos did. Bye!